Hey guys, today I thought I'd show you how to make a bandsaw reindeer, a little Christmas project. Maybe we'll do a few Christmas projects here, we'll see, make a few videos. Some simple things we can make, maybe we step over to lathe next. But for this pattern I just got off the internet. You can find them just about anywhere. You can draw it yourself if you'd like. The biggest thing is, if you draw the front profile and side profile, they have to line up, okay? So that means where the center of the nose would be here, it has to be centered over here. The bottom of the body has to be centered here, bottom of feet, and so on and so forth. So this particular one, made for a block of wood that's 7.5 inches long, about 2.5 inches wide, and it's a regular 1x. This is cedar, but you can make it out of a 2x4, so it's at least 1.5 inches thick, okay? You can trace this on here, cut it out and trace it if you want, or you could use some kind of carbon transfer paper, but what I'm going to do, and what I like doing for any paper stencil or paper pattern, make sure it fits. There is a little crack right here, but I think it's going to go between the legs. I'm just going to use some general purpose spray adhesive, so that's what I like using. We'll cut right through the paper and leave it there. All right, so I like to spray both surfaces. Make sure we put this on the right way. Let's see. I like this is the way that I want it. I'll put a little line to make sure. Put it there and there, there and there. Okay. There we go. Got to make sure you're in a well-ventilated area for this stuff. Inside of this. Always take this, tip it upside down, and spray it till it is clear. Okay, that cleans out the tip, so you can use this again. Now, regular contact cement, like most of these sprays are, you'll want to wait a little bit until it kind of loses its tackiness. It's not quite pulling off strings on your finger. For this, it's not really going to be a permanent bond, but we'll give it a little bit of time. So that's probably pretty close right here. All right. It's a good tip is leave the piece of paper together if you haven't printed and lined up correctly. So there we go. Make sure we're good. All right, I think that's it. I think we're ready for the bandsaw. All right, so on here we're using a 3/16 blade. It might be a little bit big for some of these inside curves, so we might have to take a couple whacks at some of this stuff, make some relief cuts and eat it away, but we'll see. And this is cedar. It tends to split and crack real easy, so we'll just give it a go and see how these small antlers work. All right, I think I'll start maybe by doing the inside here. Careful, give ourselves quite a bit here. Kind of a tight curve for this blade. All right, so we got that cut out. Gonna move that. I'm gonna keep all these parts. I'll do the bottom part now. Might have to approach in from each side. I really don't think I'm gonna be able to get this this curve with a 3/16 blade. A 1/8 blade would have been a lot better, I think, for this. Now, as a general rule, if I ever have to back out of a cut, especially a long cut, you want to cut your machine off. It has a tendency to pull the blade right off. All right, there we go so far. All right, I think we'll start up at the top. I'm gonna leave these a little on the thick side. When you're working on the edge like that, and it's going to be kind of hard to cut off, because the blade doesn't want to cut that, I put a little bit of side pressure on, not a lot, but just a little. Right here I'm putting some side pressure on to get it started. Now, I want to keep these two pieces on each side because I'm going to have to put them back on to cut this out again. So normally I would just cut right through here and approach it again. But in this case, I'm not going to. I come back from the opposite side. Same thing. Here I'm going to put a little side pressure on because we're so close to that edge. Okay, keep the side. Round that off a little bit. Same thing over here. Now, this side we got to be careful because we're going to cut through our template. I think I'll start down here. We'll just have to remember where these lines line up. That'll be a good thing to do right now. Now, in case we have to cut off this side separately from this side like we did here at this point, I'm going to transfer a line right across here. And then why not continue this line up across here too? So all I did is continue a line across here and here, just so when we have to reassemble this, and we should have done that on the other side too, but it's okay. 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 That's what we're gonna do. So now what we have to do, we got to flip this over on its side and cut that out. Make sure all our lines are pretty well lined up. Okay, so to cut this out, that's why we saved all these pieces. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. You could either glue it if you have some patience, or hot glue it, super glue it. Just in a few spots, glue all these pieces back on. Or what I prefer to do is just go ahead and we're going to pin it with a nail gun. Okay, we don't need that many. And I'm going to pin it in the areas I know I'm going to cut out. Okay? All right. So we probably put more nails than we needed in here, but I'm going to try to cut out this back area last. We'll start with the front, then work our way back, so that way these pieces here will hopefully hold everything together. All right, now here I can cut right out again. So I think maybe we'll start. Now you notice you can't just rotate this blade. You have to be moving forward as you rotate it. Now what I'm going to do here, I forgot to glue that little piece down, so use a little super glue off to the side. Spray a little something on to speed this up. Alright, so in case you guys are interested, you spray it with a little accelerant and it will make it cure out fairly quickly. So I'm just going to watch this because it is fairly fresh. Cut this out right now. We can come back and clean that up. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut this side off. See how if we rotate the wood, we have to be moving forward. Those are very fragile. Whew. All right. I'll leave these a little thick again. On the tip at least. Leave that thick there. That's kind of fragile for cedar. Again, this neck I might leave a little bit bigger. All right, approach it from this way. All right, let's see what it looks like. There we go.